Hello, this is Kicks Executive, and welcome to a comparison of the Lebron 9 China Authentic versus the Replica. So, first of all, take a look for a second and find out which one you think is fake. If you guess that the Chinas are fake, you are wrong. The Chinas are the authentic ones, and the Big Bangs are the replicas. In this video, I'm going to show you a few things that give it away so that you know your shoes are authentic. Let's start with just a general look. The one on these, the tongue is a lot more solid, while this one is a kind of cloth that did not stick up very high and it's not very solid. And then the next thing you want to look at is, I don't know if you can tell us about one in the video, but the materials on this are way more just like a low quality plastic than on this one, which is a nice kind of mesh, or this one just plastic. The second thing on this is specific to the Lebron Chinas and like other carbon fiber shoes. You want to check out this part right here. It should be rough and relatively solid, and if you go like this with your shoes, it makes kind of a grinding noise. And whereas on these, it's just string or some fabricy material that, if you rub together, nothing. The next thing that we want to look at is the air bubble. The air bubbles on the replicas are reasonably done, but there's one main giveaway. If you take a look at the Lebron 9 China, the authentic, once it has the regular hole, and then towards the end it gets smaller, and that's about it. Whereas on the replicas, it has that beginning, but once it gets to the end, it gives you the weird double thing, which is a giveaway that it is a replica. The next thing we have is the bottom of the shoe. If you look closely, you'll see that the midsole goes down and then cuts off right about there, and that's where it's supposed to be. And then if you take a look at the replicas, the midsole doesn't cut off, and it keeps going onto the forefront of the shoe, unlike on the authentic pair. The next thing that you want to look for is the pull tab. Not the pull tab, but the thing that sort of acts like flour before it was invented. On the authentic shoes, it's reasonably big and a pretty solid, sturdy piece of whatever material it is. And then if you take the replicas, it's a flimsy piece of cloth at best. The next thing you want to look about is the wings of the shoe. You want to look for a rounded type like that, and while even most of the authentics are not perfect, the replicas will be really poor. Look at the height. This wing is clearly above these two. These two are way too short, and that's a giveaway that it is a replica. The next thing you want to look for is on the inside of your tongue. On the side part, there's stitching that goes along the mesh to just make sure it doesn't rip apart. On the authentic pair, it's a nice tight stitch that winds around really close to each other and goes all the way down and comes back up. If you take a look at the give me a second to untie the shoe. If you look at the replica, on the inside of the tongue, the sewing is pretty far apart and not very on point. The next thing I want to talk about is just the overall structure of the shoe. The Lebron 9 China and the Authentics are a very well-built, sturdy shoe that has solid materials and that's not very flimsy, whereas this thing, I can just squeeze it in like that, whereas this one gives a nice sturdy feel. And that's mainly in the wings. The wings on these, I shouldn't be able to do that. I can't do it on those without like really damaging the shoe, but on these, I can just bend the wings over and it's fine because this prevents from doing that, and it's really thick and padded there, so you want to look for that. And the next part you want to look is on the inner fabric. On the Authentics, the inner fabric is really loose and doesn't fit very well to the shoe. And where on the Authentics, it feels like it's actually part of the shoe. Where this, it feels like it's just added on over top of it because it's a very loose fit. You can almost just pull some apart right there. The next giveaway that your Lebron 9 is the Replica is the insole. The insoles on Lebron 9s can come out, but these two are very different. This one is more of a foamy feel and very synthetic, where this one is kind of a cushioning feel, and this one's a lot more flattened out than this one, which has more curvature to it. And then the huge giveaway is on the inside. It's hard to tell, but if you push down on it, that's a nice foamy cushioning for you, and it's just a solid gray in there. There's no pattern on it or anything. And then you take this, which has this weird weave pattern on it, and it's really hard. There's no cushioning or anything down there. And so if you have that, it's definitely a replica. And so that's going to sum up my video about the replicas and the authentic comparison. If you have any questions, just leave in the comment section, and please like and subscribe to the video, as I'll have more coming out of comparisons and just reviews of shoes. So thank you for watching.